My first memory of recorded music is probably hanging out in my parents' basement, listening to my dad's copy of Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen on vinyl. And I don't know why I was doing this, but I was transcribing the lyrics from the gatefold, just writing them out onto sheets of paper. I was like 6 or 7 maybe, and I definitely probably didn't really understand what he was singing about, but there was this sense that it was important or meaningful, and that's always stuck with me. I think there can be a sort of like emotional content, like an emotional weight that can be a part of a song. You don't have to necessarily understand what it's about or know what it's about, but you can feel if something is real and honest, and I mean that album is pretty great. So I'd written a bunch of songs, both like on my own and with bands that I played in through school. All of those were great, but I remember maybe the first song that set me on the path kind of towards Diamond Rings was this thing that I did with 2 friends. I was always sort of trying to get out of doing assignments and stuff, even though they were fun. It was like taking painting and sculpture. Traveling around and touring a lot, so I couldn't really bring my work with me. Like you can't paint in a tour van, you know. So I started kind of getting my professors to just allow me to sort of put on shows or performances as a way of doing my art. Some friends and I wrote this really ratty sounding thing, like a bass guitar that we mic'd to this crappy little PV amp and stuffed it in the corner of the room, and like had a Casio keyboard, and the vocals were pretty much just like kind of screaming, shrieking into this SM58 in my bedroom. And remember we finished it and burned it to CD and took it down the street to like this local DJ who had like a club night doing like, I don't know, playing like New Order and stuff like that, and gave it to him. Didn't tell him that it was us. He was like, oh, we found this like new thing, like put it on. So he actually played it and pulled me over like halfway into it. I was like, whoa, this is really crazy. Where's this band from? Like, are they from LA? Where are they from? We were like, we like just made it like my apartment, like, you know, an hour ago. It's us, you know, and that was really cool, kind of having that sort of moment, realize maybe that you could do something, or that by all means the songs sounded like crap, like from a sort of technical perspective, but had a sort of like feeling or impact or emotion or rawness that translated, and having those experiences kind of got me into thinking that I didn't need necessarily like $1 million in catering budget and a giant studio to make cool music. I felt writing the album sometimes really uncertain of what I was doing, really kind of scared. Some of the ideas I was trying out, or some of the things I wanted to explore. Maybe not scared, but apprehensive, I suppose. I'm always trying to sort of push myself a little bit outside of wherever my comfort zone lies at the time. So things like rapping on a track, or slowing it down to 90 BPM and having really subby 808 kick drums. Loud, really obvious, obnoxious guitar solos. All that stuff really kind of flies in the face of my own background as kind of like an indie rock artist. That's how I sort of got my start. And just trying to embrace my own version of like pop music and create my own version of pop music was challenging. But I mean, that's kind of the point of a record, I think. As an artist, I should be challenging myself. And if it feels too safe, then it's probably too boring. Thematically, the new album, I think, it's just a really positive statement, or the most positive statement I could make. I wanted to just create a body of work that just made people feel good about life, feel good about themselves and about each other. So, you know, there's themes of like self-empowerment and self-acceptance and love and friendship and all those good things that I think sometimes we tend to ignore. You know, there's tons of songs about love, you know, but I think to do it in a way that still feels honest and real, I think is sometimes really harder than writing about all the things that aren't right in the world, you know, or that aren't right with ourselves. So, if anything, I just want people to come away from the album feeling really good, feeling really positive, and feeling confident about themselves. And if we can start to feel that way, I think it could make things better for a lot of people. I think everything I do has a piece of me in it, for sure. I guess lyrically, I write about things I know. I think like most authors or writers do, it's always easier to write what you know. So for sure, a lot of the album is informed by my experience, but, you know, I have friends, I have family, I talk to them about what they're going through in their lives too, and I think some of that creeps in. So really it's about just trying to, I think, tap into this sort of, I don't want to say universal, but this common sort of understanding or common consciousness that I think we all kind of possess as humans. And, you know, that's where I'm writing from, and that's where I'm trying to reach.